What is up? I am your host, Justin, for Justin Thorson Racing, aka JTR. We are here to talk about the Pennzoil 400 that just took place at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. So, this is episode number 2 here of my new post-race commentary, where I talk about the races and kind of give you guys my reactions about the race and how, and just some other things that went on. So, make sure you guys are subscribed, please. And we are about to dive right into the Pennzoil 400. Here I have a beautiful product placement here for this little commentary. So buckle up, guys, because it's time to get this commentary on the road. So the Pennzoil 400 Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Another dominating performance by our man, Kevin freaking Harvick. What a show. And I am wearing, yes, it is an outdated Kevin Harvick jersey or pit uniform, but I know it still says Sprint Cup, so let's just ignore that for now. But I'm wearing it because, number one, it says Budweiser, and we got Jimmy John's over here, which is the car he won in the Jimmy John's Ford. And I'm still donning the Busch hat. So let's talk about Harvick's dominating victory at Las Vegas. Yes, this was actually a boring race. There wasn't a lot of side-by-side racing, and but the cool news is the tire fall-off was was a lot bigger than I think people were expecting, and people were pitting pretty early, and it actually caught a lot of the commentators by surprise, which was kind of funny. But it did make for some exciting pit sequences, and made a little bit of exciting there. But anyways, Kevin Harvick just completely had the field under a blanket, and he was gone. And the first 2 stages were pretty boring. I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty boring out there. But the restarts we did have were pretty awesome. A lot of 2-3 wide racing for the first lap. And then things kind of spread out after that. Jimmy Johnson did have more trouble in the beginning, but his team kind of pulled that car together, and they were able to, I think, finish 11th or 12th in the race. One also key note was it Matt DiBenedetto, I think it was, or was his teammate? One of those guys, anyways, they were leading number 34 car, got to lead the race and got a lot of TV time. So kudos to that team. And it was great to see all 3 of those guys up front for a good amount of the race, for, I don't know, I think it was like 10 or 11 laps or so. And then Stuart Haas, of course, was in the top 10. Almirola was able to get back in the top 10. So that was really awesome to see them. I was pulling for Kurt, man. It was his home track. Unfortunately, after that second segment, we had McMurray blew a tire and hit the wall pretty hard, so that was a caution. Then our man, I'm sorry, I just had a little brain fart there. It was Truex. That's right, Martin Truex Jr. stayed out on old tires. Now, we'd seen the whole race, guys, with new tires were almost a couple seconds faster on new tires, and old tires were just not going to cut it. But with 10 laps on his tires, Martin Truex Jr. decided to stay out, and that team paid very dearly and started falling straight back. You could see the speed on lap number 1 was just not there with old tires. And he almost got ran over coming out of turn number 4. And then you have Kurt Busch. He got loose. The front end went away from his car. And bam! He hit right into Chase Elliott, who had finally got his car handling good and was getting into the top 10. And my man Kurt just lost the car. So actually, we're going to cut to that right now. I'll show you what it looked like from Chase Elliott's car right now.
Chase Elliott, when his car just gets away from him, that put us under this caution.
So there you have it. That was the most exciting part of the race, was when Kurt Busch and Chase Elliott collided coming out of turn number 4. And that sucked so bad. I think Kurt was, like he said, he was waiting for the final about 20-30 laps before he started turning on the heat, and just did not work out for Kurt. I feel so bad. But Kyle Busch, on the other hand, his brother, man, he was he figured something out in those closing laps, and he was closing in on Harvick, and then Harvick was like, it's time to go. So Harvick just kind of stepped it up just enough to expand that to a 3-second lead, and Harvick just kept that distance all the way. And I think maybe Kyle probably used up some of his tires trying to catch Harvick, but nonetheless, Harvick just was uncatchable this entire race. But it was really cool to see Kyle Busch just a couple tenths a lap, and I was watching. I was like, "Come on, Kyle, you can do it. Just get up there and make it a race." But lap traffic, and I think the tires he used to get up there just fell off, and he had to settle for second place. But other than that, that was probably the most exciting was the last segment because we had those 2 cautions for actual accidents, and then other than that, it was a pretty cool win to see Harvick dominate the race and taking win number 2 in a row on this, starting off the West Coast swing. And up next, it is Phoenix. Now, I actually thought this was going to be the new Phoenix. This first Phoenix race was going to be the new layout for Phoenix, but it's not. It's actually going to be the old one. So in the chase, we will see the new layout. But anyways, we'll see if Harvick can pull it off 3 in a row, which will be pretty awesome. Another key thing we need to talk about here is the pit road equipment for the teams. Their air guns just seem to not be cutting it. NASCAR, as you guys know, has mandated that they're now the ones handing out the teams all these air guns and stuff. And so far, they've been having a lot of issues. So hopefully they can figure that out and maybe get some team guys to help them get these guns to where they were the last couple of years. Because we haven't talked about this ever, and now every single week we have top teams having issues with their air guns. So hopefully they can figure that out. I do like the new rules about pit road, though, with the 5 guys over the wall. I do like the NASCAR and the coverage has been focusing on the pit crew a lot more and actually doing interviews with pit crew members after each pit stop, which is pretty awesome. You get to see their names on there. So I got to say kudos to them for that. That is really cool to see, and I hope they incorporate the teams more in the broadcast and get more of people involved in that area for us to see, because it's really cool to see the team members and the pit crew talking on TV and such that. So what else can we talk about here? What else happened in this race besides tires? And I have a malfunction. How embarrassing was that? Okay. So anyways, like I was saying, what else are we talking about here besides tire fall off, pit crew pit equipment issues? I guess that's going to wrap it up. Give me 1 second to think about this. I got what I wanted to mention. So we have the title sponsor for NASCAR's Premier Series, Monster Energy. That is the Premier Series sponsor. And for some reason, they do not do any commercials. They don't do any promotion of any kind that I see. And I don't understand why, and I wish they would start doing more. You don't see commercials about NASCAR unless you're watching NASCAR. Then they throw in a few last second made commercials. Other than that, you don't see anything. I was expecting, guys, that they would come out with special NASCAR Monster energy drink cans, but we have not seen a single thing for their drinks or anything for that matter that says NASCAR on it at all. You'd think they'd have a special Kurt Busch can because he's sponsored by them, and we haven't seen anything like that. So I'm kind of asking, guys, what's going on NASCAR? What's going on Monster Energy? What do you guys? What's missing here? Are you guys not taking this seriously? I mean, you guys should be out there promoting and just being on top of it, because when Sprint was the main sponsor, man, you could see Sprint everywhere. You go into a Sprint store, you'd see NASCAR. They had commercials on every channel, NASCAR Sprint Cup Series. Now we have Monster Energy, and we don't get crap. We don't get crap for any kind of promotion, any kind of signs, pictures, cans, specialty things, nothing. and it's kind of depressing. So I hope the Monster Energy can step up their game. I heard some rumors that they are still talking about extensions and stuff like that. So if they're going to leave, hopefully the next person or the next title sponsor to come in will help do a better job. Maybe Pennzoil. I don't know. But it's kind of sad that they don't do any type of promoting at all. So I hope they can step up that game, because, I mean, us, the fans who love NASCAR, would love to have Monster Energy shirts, the Monster Energy Cup Series logo on them. You can get those in Walmart, I'm pretty sure, easy. And the other thing, our die-cast, we don't get Monster Energy on those. And here I thought we were going to be able to get that, because we can't have beer, of course. But I thought, oh, great, it's going to be an energy drink. Everyone drinks energy drinks. But no, we don't get that on the cars, and they still can't figure that out. So come on, seriously, y'all can figure this out, please. Excuse me, I had to pause the video there for a second. But like I was saying, you had Pennzoil. They sponsored today's race. You saw Pennzoil everywhere. The track was painted with Pennzoil. There's Pennzoil on the track. There was 2 Pennzoil-sponsored cars. The fans in the stands had Pennzoil flags, and they were waving them all over the place. It looked amazing. So I wish Monster Energy would do something to kind of up the game a little bit, put some fire in people. So hopefully this can start up soon. Hopefully they can, if they extend their contract, I hope they actually start doing something, because it's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of like, what's going on? You know, people don't know who the title sponsor is really, unless it's out there. So let's go Monster, let's go NASCAR, let's get this thing going, let's get together here, and let's make some deals. And so with that being said, I think we're gonna wrap this second segment up for my post-race commentary. Way to go, Kevin Harvick. 2 in a row, and maybe he'll make it 3 coming up here at IRP, or actually I think it's IMS now or something like that. But anyways, we'll see you guys next week after the Phoenix race, and it should be an exciting race. Hopefully it's a lot more interesting than this race was. I was really hoping this race would be more interesting than it was. There's just a lot of green flag racing, a lot of just spread out racing, and there was a few good battles. Also, we should mention that Cole Custer made his first start in the 51 car, so that car looked really, really cool, and he didn't really impress much. I think he finished a handful of laps down, but he did make his first start here. So is he going to be the next Stewart-Haas Cup driver? I'm thinking he is. Hopefully he's not replacing Kurt Busch, but I don't know. We'll see. He might be driving the 51 instead of the 41. We shall see what happens soon. But this video is almost 10 minutes long, so I'm going to sign off now. We'll see you guys next week. Make sure you leave a comment down below if you like the segment. And I'm doing all this freehand. I'm not writing any notes down. So if this segment starts to build in popularity, I might actually start having a script. So thank you guys for watching, and we will see you guys next week for another segment here on JTR. I'm Justin. Peace out.